Hey, what's up guys? It's your girl A-Simone back at it again with another video. So as you saw by the title of this video, when you clicked on it, let's go ahead and get into it. So guys, a Brooklyn pastor has taken the internet over by storm when he was robbed at gunpoint from his, I believe, Sunday service this past Sunday while he was doing a live stream. His name is Pastor Jamore, if I'm not mistaken, Jamore Whitehead. So yeah, he's taken the internet by storm, and more information has come out since the past couple of days. And yeah, he's become a full viral moment from this robbery on a live. Okay guys, so when I first saw this clip, I was actually downtown at my grandmother's apartment. We were sitting in the living room. So my grandma always watches news, you know how old people are. From news, if it's not news, she'll turn to the actual channel to find something to watch on TV, reruns of, older shows and stuff. But she always watches the news. So we were just chilling, sitting on the couch. She was sitting in her, love chair, her individual chair. And I think we were watching Dateline, MSNBC, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so, when they're showing the news, they show you previews of the clips until they get to each story. So we were sitting there probably about 20-25 minutes until they got to the story. So when we first saw the story, guys, all they had was the 20-second clip of the robbers coming in on the live stream to rob the church. And they said that the pastor was robbed for over $100,000 worth of jewelry. So when they did the news story, pretty much the preview that they showed was the same thing they reported as the news story, because that's the only clip, I guess, that they had at the time. So me and my grandma was sitting there, and guys, my initial raw moment reaction to when I saw that on the news was that, oh, he must be doing something on the side, because based on what this church is giving, how does he have $100,000 worth of jewelry? How can he afford that? Guys, that was my initial raw in the moment reaction, just based on the way what the church was giving. He has to be doing something on the side. And that was with all due respect to him being a man of God, a pastor, but that was my initial gut wrench reaction. And my grandma, she started laughing at me, and she was like, yeah, $100,000 worth of jewelry, like, that's a lot, especially to be wearing, you hear this with rappers having over $1 million worth of jewelry going out and about or whatever. It's just like, for a pastor, that's a lot to just have on at once. So yeah, so now a couple of days has passed, and, obviously more information has come out. He's doing interviews. He's on, different interviews with different, social media people. And I think now it's up to over $1 million over jewelry. And I think he has like a Rolls Royce and all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, pastors, when it comes to pastors, that is a high lifestyle, calling. I don't want to say it's a career, but that's a high lifestyle calling. When it comes to, for me, I'm born and raised in a small city. When it comes to the pastors, they're typically older, and they have, money, like they're upper class. They're not living in the projects as a pastor. So that's not uncommon. But like I said, just my gut wrenching reaction was like, how in the heck you got $100,000 with the jewelry based on the way this church was looking, based on what it was given? And it was like, oh, this is giving drug dealer. And that was with all due respect. This is giving, you have to be doing something on the side. That was my initial reaction. I've never heard of this man. I've never heard of this church. And it wasn't giving mega church. So for me, the mega churches I know as far as America is Joel Osteen and then T.D. Jakes. Those are the two of the most popular, mega church pastors we have in the U.S. And I know there are other big churches, and forgive me, for being ignorant and not knowing. Those are the two I know that's off the top of my head. So when you look at mega churches, guys, these are literally like stadiums. So when you think about going to like a concert, It's levels, it's rows, like it's huge. It literally looks like a concert stadium. And the pastors are walking around with microphones. They have like PA systems for the microphones for the people to hear them up in the different levels. Like mega churches are huge. It literally looks like you're at like a concert. Like, somebody's concert. Like they're that big. So that was just my confusion with this whole situation. Based on what it was giving, he was just up there standing at the podium. And the actual live stream itself, that wasn't even giving 4K. You got on $100,000 worth of jewelry. Now they're saying it's $1 million. And that stream was giving very much, you're recording with a potato. So the money aspect to what the church was giving, it just wasn't adding up to me. So now more information has come out. I think they also said, there was one clip I saw, I think, with him like getting out of like a Rolls Royce, and yeah. So now more information has come out and said that he actually was convicted on fraud charges. So, with the internet, they dig up and they find everything. So they say he was actually convicted of fraud. I guess different counts of fraud. I'm not sure. I'll like link some articles and link some things down below once I, go look it up. Like I said, I was trying to find actual pictures of a picture of the church. I couldn't find it. So all I have to base off is just that clip of what the church looked like on the inside. I'm sure they probably have Facebook, all that stuff, but I haven't looked into all that, I didn't dig that deep into going on, the Facebooks and stuff. But yeah, so now it's come out and said that he has been convicted of fraud. And it's like, people have a past, nobody's perfect. And it's like when it comes to being a pastor, you could do things in the past and turn your life around. That's 200% true. But it's like they're really on this guy's head because based on, just what is given. It's just, I feel like it's not adding up to a lot of people. Just like I feel like when I first saw the clip, it's not adding up to me. And I've watched a couple reaction videos, and one of the videos, the commentary I watched, they was like, oh, it's given scam, meaning he had those guys come in there to set this up. Now, I don't know what kind of scam it would be, outside of like insurance, like him filing like an insurance claim for getting like robbed, because I've heard people do that, like celebrities do that with like businesses, like if they have a hair salon or nail salon, like the nail or the hair salon will like burn down and they can file an insurance claim based on, I guess, them not pulling in the business they feel like, they should be getting. So I saw, like I said, I saw one commentary video where that's what he was saying. He's saying that it's a whole setup. The whole entire thing was a setup. But like I said, the only thing for me I know it can be set up as is to file an insurance claim. I don't know what other setup it could be outside of just trying to get clout for the church. But yeah, so when I initially saw the clip, it was given, like I said, it's given like drug dealer. It's giving you doing something on the side, having this much amount of jewelry. Then once I actually saw the interview clips and different stuff of him talking, it was giving, on the DL vibes. And that's just my observation. Like I said, this is a man of God. I get it. But that's just what it was giving. It was giving very much sassy to me. And then the last reaction video I was watching, which I haven't even finished that, I just decided to do this video, was him on live with Larry Reid. So if you guys are not familiar with Larry Reid, he is a social media personality. He came up or got his recognition, his following through social media. Black man. I'm not sure where he's from. It's given, well, I don't know. I was going to say it's given he's from the South, but based on his voice and his accent, I'm not sure. But yeah, he's a media personality. He's been doing his thing. I've seen him I'm not that familiar with him, but I've seen him on the internet before. So Larry Reid, I'm familiar with that name. But yeah, they got on live, or I guess the pastor wanted to do a live, and they were going in. Like I said, I have not finished the full video. I'll link it down below for you guys. But based on where I stopped at, he called Larry Reid the F word. The derogatory term that, you're not supposed to say anymore. I don't say the word. I don't use that word. You know, back in the day, the 90s to 2000s, you would let that word fly. But as time has gone on, it's like that is a no-no. Like, you do not come on social media where people can see you all over the world and say that word. So yeah, where I cut it off at, he was going back and forth with Larry Reid and another woman he had on the live, and he called him the F word. So once I actually heard him speak outside of when we saw the initial clip, me and my grandma, it's giving very much sassy on the DL vibes. And before he dropped the F-bomb, he was going back and forth with Larry. He was like, in the Bible, you know, LGBT, that's an abomination. So it's giving very much, you've heard these stories where these pastors go so hard for the LGBT, and literally a video clip, a story, DM, something comes out that these pastors are messing around with men on the low. That's happened so many times. These pastors that go so hard with the LGBT community saying it's an abomination. Lo and behold, information comes out that they are messing around with men or either little boys on the low. So that's happened so many times before, guys. There have been so many news stories, so many, you know, viral moments, or, you know, things on the internet or pastors that has happened. So based on how hard he was going towards Larry and just based on his energy, it's given on the DL to me. And that's with all due respect. This is a man of God. But when it comes to preachers and pastors, it's, you know, it's a lot of skepticism when it comes to the church. And it shouldn't be. That sounds bad. That sounds horrible. But just over the years, it's just so many things, so many controversial things that have been associated with the church in different, you know, denominations, not just Christianity. You know, across the board, it's been, you know, so much controversy associated with church. So yeah, guys, like I said, I haven't really delved into all the details, but yeah, they found out that he was convicted of fraud. Based on the way the church was looking, like I said, this is in Brooklyn, this is New York, a major city in the U.S., one of the most known cities around the world, and especially in the U.S. The church, it just wasn't given. The way the church looked compared to him having over $1 million worth of jewelry, hopping out of a Rolls Royce. I'm from a small city here in Virginia, guys. I'm born and raised in Virginia, and I feel like his church was giving churches that I've seen in my city, in a small city, it's given the same exact size of a church here where I live in my small city. So yeah, it just wasn't adding up to me. Let me know what you guys think. Give this video a thumbs up, share it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. That would really help me out. Yeah, leave me your comments, you know, concerns down below, and I will see you next time.